It may be the only pet in history that humans never truly domesticated. Unlike dogs, cats made the choice themselves. And it all started nearly 10,000 years ago, not with love, not with friendship, but with food. A long time ago, humans stopped wandering. They began building farms, growing crops, storing grain, and for the first time in history, food stayed in one place. But grain created a problem. Rats, thousands of them, they came for the food. And where rats gathered, something else followed. Wildcats, small, fast, silent, perfect hunters. These weren't pets. They were wild predators, the ancestors of every modern house cat. Scientists call them the African wildcat. They lived alone, hunted alone, and trusted no one. At first, humans feared them. They moved in silence, watched from the shadows, appeared at night, and disappeared before sunrise. But something strange happened. The cats weren't stealing grain. They were killing the rats. And suddenly, humans saw their value. The cats got food, the humans got protection. And without planning it, a partnership began. No cages, no ropes, no forced breeding, just survival. This is why scientists call cats self-domesticated. Because unlike dogs, humans didn't shape them first. Cats adapted themselves, slowly, generation after generation. The less fearful cats stayed closer. The bolder cats got more food. And over time, they became part of human life. But the proof came later. In Cyprus, at a place called Chilorakambos, scientists discovered something incredible. A human buried beside a cat, together, carefully placed. The grave was 9,500 years old. The oldest known relationship between humans and cats ever found. That changed everything. It proved cats weren't just visitors. They mattered. They had become companions. And then came Egypt. This is where cats became legends. Ancient Egyptians loved cats, not just because they hunted rats, but because they protected homes, protected grain, and killed snakes. They became symbols of power, protection, and mystery. Cats were so important that harming one could be a crime. Some cats were even mummified, buried with honor, worshipped like gods. One goddess stood above them all, Bastet, the cat-headed protector of home and family. By now, cats had become part of civilization, but they weren't staying in Egypt. Sailors took them on ships. Why? Rats. Ships had food, and food meant rodents. Cats solved that problem, so they traveled across Europe, across Asia, across Africa, everywhere humans went. Cats followed, not because they were forced, but because humans always had something they wanted: food, warmth, safety. And even today, cats still act wild. They stalk, they pounce, they scratch, they mark territory, they hunt even when they're not hungry, because deep down, your cat is still a predator. In fact, genetically, modern cats are incredibly close to their wild ancestors, much closer than dogs are to wolves. That's why cats feel different, more independent, more mysterious, less obedient. They don't serve humans. They live beside them. For nearly 10,000 years, cats have shared our homes, protected our food, sailed our ships, and watched us build civilizations. But they were never fully ours. And maybe they never wanted to be. Because the truth is, cats didn't become pets. They became partners, and in many ways, they still act like they're the ones in charge. Maybe they always were.